What's going on, everybody? I'm Patrick from POWLAX, and thank you for tuning in to the first episode of POWLAX Wall Ball. Today, I'm just going to be doing a very basic, taking you through the warm-up routine I usually go through, and I make my players go through when we're doing private lessons and things. And so, let's get straight to it. The first thing we do is we start out by throwing 10 righty collarbone. You want to make sure you're throwing the ball straight, not lobbing it, trying to hit the place on the wall where it will come back to your stick exactly where you threw it from. Now I'm going to switch over lefty, throw 10 from this side. It's really important to try to keep your stick on your collarbone coming straight over the top rather than coming out from the side each time. It just really helps with your form, and that's what we're doing here.
If you're having trouble with your offhand, try controlling the stick predominantly with your strong bottom hand. Your offhand will follow along with your strong hand and develop much quicker.
The next thing I like to do, this is called turning, but so I'm going to turn 90 degrees and set my feet going the opposite direction, and then I'm going to put my stick in the hand closest to the wall. I'm going to turn my shoulders and hips and throw to a point where the ball will come in front of me, just like if I was, running upfield and a goalie was throwing me an outlet pass. So I turn my shoulders, throw the ball, catch it in front of me. The biggest thing about catching the ball in front of you is the fact that you don't want to snatch at it and turn it over. You just want to catch it, cradle it, readjust your hand, and pull it around in this cradling motion. So I want to throw it, cushion it, pull it right back around. It just makes things a lot more fluid than if you try to snap at it. Then I'm going to switch hands, and I'm going to throw from my collarbone across my body 10 times. This gets you a little more twist in your hips, and it's just another 10 throwing with your right hand. Next thing I do is I do the other side. So I always like to start throwing from the hand closest to the wall because I like getting the over-the-shoulder passes. It's just really good to catch the ball from different angles. The next one I like to do is a wind-up, face dodge, shovel pass. So a couple keys to this are, as I'm face dodging over, I don't want to protect my stick here. I want to leave it out to about horizontal with the ground. I can still protect from here, but if I keep it in on my shoulders, I've got no ability to really throw a good pass from here. So if you've watched Lyle Thompson or a bunch of the Canadian players, if they face dodge, they're always probably at their hips guarding with their shoulders, and they can throw a bunch of shovel passes from that area. So once you face dodge over and you're protecting your stick, make sure you throw the ball at the wall horizontally rather than lobbing the ball up into the air. You still want to throw the ball straight at the wall. The next big key to this is, as you are face dodging over, don't crisscross your hands. Make sure that you pull your hands behind you so that then you have more mobility. If you cross up your hands, it's really hard to work from this spot, but here I'm actually good to do whatever I need to. Last but not least, we're going to stand sideways again, use our outside hand, and we're going to do what's called a lever pass. So a lever pass is a pass that's really used when a defenseman is on your bottom hand. As you're dodging and a defenseman is on your hands, you really want to be able to make a pass from this position rather than bringing your hands up to throw the ball through. And if you practice it enough, you'll be just as good as throwing the ball from here as you would from here. So what you want to do is you want to stand sideways to the wall, put your hands out away from the wall, and then without moving your bottom hand much at all, you just want to pull your top hand up and throw it. Once again, don't throw lob passes. Try and hit the wall right where you usually would. So notice how my bottom hand moves a bit, but it really stays, because if I try and move my bottom hand, that's the first place the defenseman's going to look to try and mess up my throw. If you get really good at throwing these lever passes and you're on a team that's not used to them, you'll probably surprise a bunch of players because they will be watching you dodge and they won't be expecting a pass to be coming. Thank you guys for watching the first episode of POWLAX Wall Ball. I hope you guys enjoyed my warm-up routine. We will be back with a bunch of more complex, interesting drills here to come in the next couple weeks. Thank you. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and have a good one.